Here are the results of a real fantasy football mock draft we did tonight. Is standard 12 teams. I was drafting out of the 12th spot, so I'll talk about my team and some of the bad picks I thought were made in this mock draft. So before we get into that, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. We have content about fantasy football. We have sleepers, busts, etc. We have NFL mock drafts. We pick against the spread. We have grades for every signing, grades for every trade. It's all free at walterfootball.com. So, like I said, I was drafting out of the 12th spot. I took Devon Achane and Bucky Irving at 112 and 201. I love both players. They're both in the top five in my running backs. Achane could have a huge year. Think about how he was so explosive 2 years ago with his runs. He was running for like 80 yards pop. That's what it felt like anyway. And then last year, he couldn't run too much because the run blocking sucked. And then he caught a lot of passes in the backfield. You can see a confluence of the two this year because they signed James Daniels to improve the run blocking in the interior. And with Jonnu Smith gone, Achane's going to get a ton of receptions out of the backfield. Also because the pass protection is not going to be as good. Terran Armstead retired. So I love Achane this year. Bucky Irving could be the RB1 this year, potentially. I would take him over Ashton Jeanty, who went at 206. Don't mind Ashton Jeanty there, but I think he's being overdrafted. And I don't think people are understanding how good Bucky Irving is. I love Bucky Irving and Chase Brown, by the way. If, like those two guys I'm really focused on as my second running back, or really the second pick in any of my drafts. And then I took Rashee Rice at 312. I wasn't in love with that pick. Round 4 is what I call the dead zone. I hate the running backs and receivers in round 4. Not so much Chuba Hubbard here, but he usually goes in the 5th round. So you either have to reach on someone around for a round earlier than they usually would go, or you have to take a bad player who's either old or injury prone. It's just a mess. So I would recommend taking a quarterback in round 4, getting one of the top guys. There's only 5 elite quarterbacks this year, and then there's a huge drop off. Like there's a massive drop off from Burrow to Mahomes. Like Mahomes should have gone later here than he did. So I like Jane Daniels, like Jalen Hurts, I like Joe Burrow in the 4th round. I took Devontae Smith and Calvin Ridley at the 5-6 turn. I think Devontae Smith has a lot of potential this year with A.J. Brown nursing a hamstring. So if Brown's out, I mean, Devontae Smith will go nuts. Calvin Ridley had the most unrealized air yards last year, so I expect him to have a big year. Tyron Tracy's the starting running back. I know there are a lot of Cam Scatterbo fans, but Tracy, like it or not, he's the starting running back with the Giants. I'm a big fan of Tracy's talent. Not so much of the Giants team overall, but for a third running back, it's not too bad in the 7th round. Emeka Buka is one of my favorite mid-round sleepers. He's an incredible player, and Chris Godwin's gonna be out for a while. Mike Evans is a 32-year-old with chronic hamstring issues, so Buka could have a great year. Higgins, I think, is gonna be solid as the receiver too. Nico Collins does have an injury history, so the potential that Higgins is gonna be the receiver 1. Jaden Blue, I think, second half of the year is gonna be a potential league winner. He's the most explosive back that Dallas has. Like it's not even close. And Javonte Williams is not going to be the starter for too long, unless he suddenly looks like the rookie, like he was in his rookie year, which I don't see happening. I usually don't like to take 2 quarterbacks in redraft leagues. Best ball obviously you have to take 3 or 2 or 3. Here you don't have to take 2, but Drake May has a lot of upside. I don't mind him here, and then if May lives up to his potential, I could either trade him or Jane Daniels. Woody Marks, he's one of Charlie Campbell's sleepers heading into the 2025 NFL draft. Joe Mixon is going to be out for a while with foot issues. Nick Chubb looks decrepit, and so Woody Marks could be the starter. He's a guy who catches a lot of passes out of the backfield, so I like him quite a bit here in 12th round. Elijah Arroyo is a very athletic tight end. The Seahawks cut Noah Fant, so that should tell you all you need to know about Elijah Arroyo. Then defense kicker. I had to take the Saints backup kicker, of course. Love the troll kicker names. So I'm going to talk about some picks I didn't like here. Brock Bowers at 111. Not a big fan of tight ends this early. I know Bowers is an amazing athlete, and he should have a great year, but he could take a slight step backward than we saw last year. The Raiders just have more weapons this year with Jeanty and Dante Thornton. And plus a better quarterback. So they don't have noodle arm quarterbacks dinking and dunking to Bowers. Geno Smith's going to be able to go downfield more to Thornton and Jacoby Myers. And Bowers is going to be involved. Obviously, he could score more touchdowns, but his receptions total will drop. In round 2, I have to say that I didn't really hate anything in round 2. I just think that Christian McCaffrey is such a big, just a big roll of dice there. He's a 29-year-old running back with chronic Achilles tendonitis. Like that worries me. He's only played in 43% of his games since 2020. He's finished only three. He's not finished three of his past 5 seasons. And yeah, he looks better now, but he's an older running back with injury issues. I don't expect him to stay healthy. I think 202, while it looks great, and you're like, okay, he's going first round of best ball. I got him 202. I just think that it could end up backfiring. So I'm not a big fan. I think Kittle at 307 is too early. I know that he and McBride are kind of close, but I feel like they're around apart. I don't think Kittle really belongs at 307. Also, James Cook at 303. He's holding in right now, and I don't know what sort of shape he's going to be in. It's just really worrying. Round 4, I could say I hate almost every pick that's not a quarterback. Again, I don't mind Hubbard too much, but every other pick, just I have to do a video on the round 4 dead zone at some point. Just hate round 4. I hate all the players in round 4. I like the players better in round 5, so I would just like reach for these guys, I guess. Travion Henderson, I love Henderson so much. Joe Mixon's the worst pick in round 5 though. He has foot issues. He's not going to play for a while, and this could be a thing that lingers. He's 30 also, so just double whammy there with the injury history and also the age. So I would avoid him. Round 6. I mean, Quinshon Judkins sticks out, but I think the second pick there, the Ace Jafer guy, I think he was on auto draft. So I'm not obviously kind of excuse that. But I wouldn't take anyone from the Browns right now. Like they're talking about maybe starting Tyler Huntley. Like this is a disaster. Don't take anyone from a bad offense unless they're an elite player. Just something I would recommend. Round 7, to my friend Bodyburner who's drafting 5th. I think Travis Kelce is the worst pick. Kelce he's a horrible actor. He was in Happy Gilmore 2 for some reason. He had 2 scenes, and he was awful in both scenes. And as bad as an actor he is, he's a better actor than a football player than this stage of his career. He's done. He didn't do anything in the playoffs last year, where at least like in 2023, he did nothing in the regular season, and then he was great in the playoffs. This past playoff, he did nothing in the Super Bowl. He's a huge disappointment against a team that struggled against tight ends. Like he just was awful. I'm not expecting anything from him. It just seems like he's focused on other things right now. In round 8, I'm looking at maybe definitely Chris Godwin, but again, that was auto draft. So if you're going to ignore the auto draft, I'll say Travis Etienne at 812. He's no longer the starting running back in Jacksonville. It looks like Tank Bigsby. Etienne's just not a good player. Like he's a great athlete, but as far as the football player is concerned, he's just not there. I think that he's just a massive reach at 812 as the backup running back on Jacksonville. Round 9, I could say the same thing about Stevenson, Ramondre Stevenson. Like it looks good that he's the starter right now, technically, but that's not going to last very long. Travion Henderson is going to take over. Stevenson was benched twice last year, and their backup last year was Antonio Gibson. So like he's going to get benched a lot quicker this year, and Henderson's already going to handle the third down workload. I would not touch Stevenson. Also, Jerome Ford's a bad pick, same team. I think the worst pick though, if you're going to exclude the auto drafters, I'd say Marvin Mims at 10:06. Marvin Mims is just a kick returner. Like, if unless you're like in a league where you get a lot of points for kick returns, there's no reason to draft him. He's probably the number 4 receiver on that team, maybe number 3, but like the Broncos have to design stuff for him because he can't really get open. It's just a player that you really should not try to get. Round 11, Cooper Kupp is definitely the worst pick here from the non-auto draft people. Like obviously Brandon Ayuk's not going to play, but Cooper Kupp, again, the Rams had to design stuff for him. He was decrepit last year. He barely played in the playoffs. Just not a player you should own with Sam Darnold. This is the first time he's going to be playing without Sean McVay. So it's a major downgrade, not just for coach, but also quarterback too. So don't draft Cooper Kupp. It's just such a wasted pick. I wouldn't draft him in the final round. Round 12, I think Kyle Monangai, and not like too crazy about him. Dalton Kincaid has knee issues. Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, whatever you want to call him. He's older and he's dealing with some injuries, but like nothing really stands out to me as like truly awful in this round. Just some picks I don't like very much, but I'm not going to crap too much on them. And then round 13, I don't know if we really need to delve into anything past that, but I think probably like I'd say maybe Rashad Bateman might be the worst pick. Like there's not much upside, but I didn't hate it too much. I don't really mind it at all. But yeah, I mean, nothing around 13 stood out. So yeah, once you get that late in the draft, you don't really like have awful picks anyway. So that's the breakdown of this draft. Let me know what you think. Like, what were some bad picks I missed? What were some of the best picks? Who had the best team? For those of you who looked carefully at this, let me know who I did at the 12th spot. And yeah, we'll be doing more of these draft breakdowns, and also we do them live every night, every weeknight. So make sure you subscribe if you want to join in. It's first come, first serve here. So once we go live, I'll post the link, and then you only have a limited time to get in. So make sure you hit subscribe and like as well. And share this video. It just mean a lot to us here. But otherwise, I hope you have a great night, and I'll talk to you in the next video.